Hey y'all, this is AL Think Madame, and this is the recap review for Belle Collective, and this is actually the first part of the reunion. Here is a spoiler, but not really. This reunion is probably the most boring reunion that I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know what is going on, but it was so boring that had I not been at work taking my hair down, I would have fallen asleep and then been fired because it really would have been something amazing to go to sleep to. Like, I couldn't believe how boring it was. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to shade nobody. It legit was just boring. So anyway, hopefully this will be pretty short because it was very boring. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go from person to person basically and tell y'all what happened. So Antoinette, has opened up. She has, secured a couple of clients, new clients, and she's actually had some people to come into her program that are Black, that she wants to help, and she wants things to get bigger as she progresses in life. And as far as the dental practice, everything is going well with that. And she went from having no bathrooms to 3. And yeah, people wanted to know about what was going on with the guy who she met when she went on vacation after her, divorce was final or was getting finalized. And she was just like, that kind of was something that she did to get her feet wet. And, they are not an item unless she just does not want anybody in on it. But she kind of made it, even though she kind of tiptoed around it, she kind of made it clear that they aren't together. And, he was somebody that she was dealing with who kind of helped to get her feet wet. And so she's open to dating. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Do what you do. So we move on to Tambra. Tambra has gotten her eggs fertilized by Damon. So they are ready to go. I guess they are still somewhat of an item, and people were in there like, oh girl, you married, because they were together for 16 years. And I'm like, no, that is a travesty, actually. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I can say that because I've been in that situation before. I stupidly sat by thinking that marriage was going to happen, and it didn't, for a really long time with someone, instead of getting papers on them. And everything that was happening that would happen in a marriage is what was happening in said relationship. And it's like, why though? I mean, I understand with her, she was trying to get a career how she wanted it to be and whatever else. And I'm just like, girl, whatever, okay. But yeah, she's making it seem like, if marriage happens, that she sees herself definitely being married to him. And I'm like, okay, I still stand firm in what I said, which is, it would not surprise me if somebody came from out of nowhere and said that he had a child or two somewhere, because he was still out here. He was still out here in these streets. I'm pretty sure he didn't stop having sex all because they weren't together anymore. So, anything could have happened. He could have shot the club up. It could have been a drunken night. Anything could have happened. We don't know, because a lot of times people look like they are so amazing, and then we found out later on that it was all the guys. So I wouldn't put nothing past nobody. I'm not trying to wish nothing on this man. I'm just saying, let's just keep our minds open and clear, because it could be something else. Just like Derrick Jackson fooled a whole lot of y'all for some unknown reason. But for a long time, I was like, yeah, something ain't right about him. And he's trash. So anyway, everything seems to be going well with her. She just has to find that balance between her personal life and work life. And yeah, and I'm just like, okay. The host of the show, who is Egypt, Sherrod, who was gorgeous, by the way. I was like, you better wear that dress. Like, that dress was, I was like, oh, yes, Lord. She was looking good. She was looking real good. But yeah, she wanted to see the reel that Gary with the T didn't like of hers, to see, you know, what the problem was, because she's saying that she still wants to do entertainment. She wants to do entertainment, news type situation or whatever. And she is fully aware that she might have to leave Jackson, Mississippi in order to do that. And she is fine with doing that. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a conversation that you and Damon need to have, because if his roots are there, then, you know, are y'all going to be able to make it like that? With you just having to commute back and forth? Or is he going to be willing to move? Or, you know, what is it going to be? Because depending on what type of entertainment, you know, stuff that you have going on, you might have to travel a lot, and a lot of people are not here for all that. Like, they looking at you like, I thought we were settling down. I ain't here for all that. Or it sounds good on paper, and they don't realize what all goes into it until it's actually happening. So it is what it is as far as that is concerned. Okay, y'all, so let's go with Letitia as the next person. So Letitia, of course, let everybody know about her brunches and all the other stuff, and they did a playback to show how terrible it went and all of that. And so she was saying that, you know, the exposure that the show has given her has actually had people from all over, not just in Mississippi, people wanting to reach out and help her with the Fair Street project. So that's amazing. You know, kudos to her for that. They did not get into anything with her husband this time. I figured that they were going to wait until another episode, another part of the reunion, if there was going to be more than one part, which I had no idea what it was going to be until I started watching it. And I'm like, okay, so y'all ain't addressed this. It must be going to be some more to this. Okay. But yeah, nothing dealing with her husband came out yet. I still feel like that child that's out there is his, because he over here talking about contracts and all this other stuff. He been cheating on her. Everybody on their man, just about everybody's man been cheating and doing the most. And I'm just like, why y'all live for these folks? Like, anyway. So anyway, I, for whatever reason, you know, a lot of people actually feel like Marie and Letitia are jealous of Latrice. And this is why. So, continuing on with what I was saying about Letitia, some stuff came out and some stuff was in the blogs, and Egypt was trying to get an answer out of her. And so she kind of was like, well, do you feel as though Latrice went to bloggers and said these things? And so she was like, well, I was told that she did these things. I was told that she told these bloggers all these things. So there are certain things that she talks to her about and confides in her about that only she would know at the time, and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. Everybody, well, her and Marie seem to think that she is kin to the blogger, know the blogger, been feeding information to the blogger and all this other stuff. I don't know what it is that's going on, but they had a moment for Kaylin, as she, you know, had to let us know, because I'm like, why is your name spelled like that, but your name is Kaylin? Oh, okay. But anyway, Kaylin, because I thought it was Kaylon. Kaylin, people are speculating that she has been the go-between, or the person who has been feeding information to the bloggers on behalf of Latrice and Antoinette. Y'all know that Antoinette and Latrice act like they thick as thieves, and, you know, Kaylon is supposedly like ride or die for Antoinette. So it's kind of like, ooh, well, let me ask her to do it, and whatever. That's what it's coming off as what has happened. I'm not sure if there's any truth to any of that stuff, but yeah, I'd be real tired in my spirit if it was. Like, it's crazy. So anyway, Kaylon said that she heard some stuff and some certain things about Marie, and she was saying she already knew certain things about Marie, and I don't know. Apparently, whatever it is, the blogger, whoever the blogger is, has been talking, and y'all, I meant to go look it up, but I ended up looking up some other stuff. But whoever the blogger is, they never said who the blogger was. Whoever the blogger is, y'all, sorry, I'm getting bored just thinking about this stupid this stupid reunion. It was so boring, y'all. It was so boring, like for real. But anyway, Lord, the blogger is y'all. I forgot where I was. I'm so bored. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. But anyway, moving right along. So to me, it seems. I mean, this might have been me. I don't understand why they had Kaylon on there. My thing is, they could have did a Zoom 2-minute session with her to be like, hey, how did you feel? Da 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 da, the end, and that was it. They sat up there and had her on there. She had on a whole dress like she was a part of the Belle Collective, which I thought it was supposed to be comprised of all black women, but who am I? I don't know. I thought that's what the show was about. But anyway, had her up on the stage and she over here talking about, oh, well, I already knew things about Marie, and you already know the history that they've had on the show, and so Marie was like, okay, so what is it that you know about me? And, you know, crossed her legs a little bit harder and wanted to know what she's talking about. So whatever it is, she could tell that she was inferring about some information that had been released by a certain blogger. It's whoever it is, some guy. Kaylon was like, look, this dude had been saying all this stuff before I ever said it. And I knew a lot of this stuff already. So it ain't like it's new information. I want to know what it is. I gotta go find out who this blogger is. But what I did find out was, and like everything about Marie wasn't discussed either. What I did find out was that Marie was on social media and she posted her receipts, because we did see on this episode that she said that the receipts are here. So Latrice was like, where are the receipts? And you know the receipts are in reference to the hair situation, which for whatever reason, apparently it was a thing on Twitter where it was called, what, Hairgate or Weavegate or Bundlegate, or I think it was Bundlegate, where everybody thought that, you know, that it was crazy that how would that be the situation? Like, who's sitting up here switching hair out, you know? Anyway, so I went and I saw the messages, and there were messages where Marie reached out to the guy who was the one who was supposed to put the wig together, and he said that the hair that he used was the hair that she gave him, and that it wasn't what it needed to be, meaning that as soon as you wash it one time, the curl pattern ain't what it's supposed to be no more or something. And I was like, what in the world? What kind of hair is this? And you spent over $1,000 for it. What kind of hair is this then? This was some trash. And then, you know, I think that there were multiple messages, but it's like, I don't know why, but like, one of them, it'll have somebody's name on it where you could see that she typed this person's name like it was a timestamp, so to speak. I'm just saying timestamp, but y'all know, just making it seem like maybe it came from their phone. I think some came from Letitia's phone. I don't know. But anyway, the person who was supposed to put the wig together with the bundles said that the hair wasn't what it was supposed to be. And, you know, they would never do that. Ain't nobody ever accused them of stealing hair for as long as they've been doing hair. And y'all, it was just a mess. And so, I'm just like, why? Why is this? I don't know. Anyway, Latrice, she showed receipts where she'd reached out to Latrice about it and all of that. And the person who, you know, was the one who was affected the most was the person who was said to have been the one who created the wig. And so they were like, you know, this is, you know, damaging to my reputation. I don't want nobody to think I'm out here doing all these things when I haven't done anything. But people want to make it seem like I've done these things. I've never done that in all the years I've been doing hair and all that, y'all. It was just a mess. So I went to the bio in her link, in Marie's link, and I was just like, what is this about? I was so confused, y'all. Marie has a website. Now, I'm thinking it's going to lead to her mental health facilities or something. No, this is just something. It's all about her and all of what she does. It's talking about booking information, public relations, all this other stuff. So it says, who is Marie Hamilton Apston? The meaning behind the mobile. Marie Hamilton Apston a native of Jackson, Mississippi, is a virtuous woman that desires to create greatness through hard work and determination. She has achieved many things worth noting. Marie is the co-owner of the Hamilton Davis and Zuri Marie Empire. She has a bachelor's degree in accounting, a master's degree in healthcare administration, and is currently pursuing her doctorate in healthcare administration. As she embarks to conquer new goals in healthcare, mental health, luxurious virgin hair extensions, cosmetics, and fashion design, Marie will showcase to the world that she is a devoted mother, daughter, sister, aunt, multi-business owner, and more importantly, a woman who has a strong faith in God. Very few people comprehend that it's more to her than what the eye sees. Her pain runs deep, and her ability to trust doesn't come easy. She has triumphed storms and struggled with the tides of life. Nevertheless, Marie will walk fiercely towards the promises of today, tomorrow, and the future. So I was like, oh, so now you doing bundles too? What is going on? And you already know people gonna read. People already feel like she don't know how to dress that well and all that. I feel like her face be looking good. Like whoever do her makeup, it be looking nice, even if she does it herself. But yeah, she got a booking agent. She got a public relations person. I'm just like, what y'all booking her for? What is going? Okay, anyway. I was just confused. But anyway, moving right along. Her and Latrice got into it, of course, and it was so bad to the point where Egypt was like, you know what, I'll be in my room when y'all done. And she walked off the set. And it was like, Latrice was like, I'm sorry, Egypt, and then continued. And everything, just let it all commence. And she just went back in again on Marie. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, they just kept going back and forth. I'm like, Lord, this don't make no sense. Okay, so, yeah. So, we thought that Latrice and Letitia were really close friends, and since all of this stuff has gone down with the blogger, she's talking about she don't know if she could trust her, and she don't know, you know, what it is with her now. Like, it's like up in the air now. And I'm just like, girl, what in the world? And so Egypt even was like, okay, you went above and beyond to kind of prove that you didn't do this or whatever. Like, apparently she put her on like a 3-way call with the blogger or something to I guess say that she didn't do this stuff. I don't know. It was crazy, but Egypt felt like she was doing too much. I don't know. But anyway, it's just a mess. And you can tell that Marie and Letitia are not here for it, and they are kind of like on each other's side against Latrice. And Antoinette and Latrice are, you know, how they were before. They have a united front. So anyway, now on to Latrice. So as we've already mentioned about the bundle situation, Bundlegate, all that stuff that went down, and she's trying to clear her name because people think that she's this person who is doing all this stuff, and she's trying to tell everybody she's not this person. And so people are like, okay, but what you crying for? Like, and I'm like, well, I mean, whether she did it or not, you know, there are people who are being genuine and they will cry because that's just their emotions. But I don't know, y'all. Ain't nothing to talk. I'm so sorry, y'all. There's literally nothing going on this show. Nothing. Tambra gonna eventually have kids, I guess. I don't know. She might put the children in a surrogate or something at some point. I don't know. All I know is they need to do something about everybody's head, because them wigs be towed all the way down to the ground. And the only person who wig don't be towed out is Latrice's 99% of the time. Everybody's husband gotta go, because everybody's husband is trash. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. What's her name? Ain't got no husband no more. What's her name? Husband. Everybody think he a beard. That she's his beard. Everybody thinks that Marie's husband is her beard, and then they show her crying, and I'm like, please tell me that she ain't crying over him. Like, he stay gone more than he stay at the house. Like, don't nobody have time. You sick and you have 4, 5, 6 kids. Don't nobody, and grandkids. Don't nobody have time. Don't nobody have time. Like, I don't know. Ain't nothing really going on. It just annoys me. Letitia's situation annoys me because I'm like, are y'all faking to get a check or what? Because like we already have seen, the house it doesn't look lived in, and the husband be doing the absolute most, and I'm just like, y'all, ain't really nothing else to this episode. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get down in the comment section and discuss this debauchery of a reunion because I can't. Bye.